Today we're going to start our realistic self-portrait. I'm going to show you what facial proportions are, and I will show you how to draw with correct facial proportions. And we're going to be drawing our head, our eyes, nose, and mouth. So we're not going to finish our self-portrait today, but we are going to start. And our goal is I can engage and persist. Engaging means to fully focus on the task, and persisting means to not give up. Some of these might be a little bit of a harder task compared to some of our other projects, but our goal is to persist. So I would like you to not give up and give it your best try. First, I'll talk about facial proportions. We'll talk about drawing the head shape, adding guidelines, drawing the eyes, mouth, and nose. And we will upload your work in progress. That means that your work will not be fully finished, but you'll upload what you have so far to the realistic self-portrait section in our Sonia. Proportion is a size of something compared to the overall size. So for example, comparing the size of the eyes to the size of the head. That is proportion. You're comparing the sizes to figure out how big it is. So facial proportion means to learn how to draw things inside of the face using the correct sizes and location where to put them. So there is this map right here in your 3rd and 4th grade art workbook. If you don't have the workbook, you can just follow along with me and learn by watching. If you have your workbook, you can go ahead and fill this in your workbook as well. In this workbook, the head is drawn with an oval shape. But if you look yourself in the mirror, your chin is going to be a little bit more pointy. So I actually like to draw the head in an egg shape. That means the top is going to be a nice round shape, but the bottom, you're going to make it a little bit pointy, like an egg is. So we're going to kind of trim that oval down into a slight point. That's going to be your chin. When you draw your eyes, a lot of people tend to draw their eyes way too high. And then you won't have enough space for your forehead and your hair. In order to avoid that, you're going to use the facial proportions where the eyes are 1/2 way down from the very top of your head to the bottom of your head. So this is half. So this is the line you're going to draw your eyes on. On there's some guidelines here. You can fill out the eye shape in here. The eye shape is going to be a football or a lemon shape. Again, look in the mirror and the corners of your eyes are going to be pointy. They're not oval. So try and draw a football or a lemon shape. And then the bottom of your nose is going to be about halfway from where you draw the eyes to the bottom of your chin. So you're halving it again. Here you're going to draw the tip of your nose, your nostril, which goes up, and then the side of your nose. Your mouth is going to be about halfway between the nose and the chin again. Maybe a little bit higher, but about halfway. So that's going to be the line that separates the top and bottom lip. And usually that line is not perfectly straight. It might have a little curve going up, kind of like a smile, or going down if you want to draw a frown. So try and draw that line that separates the top and bottom lip. Draw the top lip above that line and the bottom of the lip below that line. And then right now we just have the shape of the eye, but there's some features in the eye that we for sure want to include, which includes the colored part of the eye called the iris, and also the black dot in the center called the pupil. Also, if you look in the mirror, some people will have a line above their eyes where the eyelids fold. If you do have that line, you'll want to draw that as well. If you look in the mirror and you do not have that line, some people don't, then you don't have to draw that part. And then your eyelashes. Look in the mirror, some people's eyelashes curl up, some people's curl down. You might have a lot of bottom eyelashes, or you might not. So look in the mirror and draw the way you see your eyelashes. Make sure they're not too long, because unless you're wearing makeup, it probably won't be super long. So now I talked about the eyes, nose, and mouth, and the head facial proportions. The rest, like the eyebrows and hair and the ears, I'll talk about that in the next class. So once you have practiced that, we're going to go to the page that looks like this. This one here only has the bigger guidelines. So you can refer back to the page before, and this time you're going to draw your own face using these guidelines. So this one was practice. This one is practice number 2, and then we'll start our final draft. So remember that first you'll want to make the shape of the face a little bit more pointy on the bottom, make it into an egg shape. And then the eyes come halfway down from the top to the bottom of the chin. So this is the halfway line. And one thing to think about is how big your eyes are. Make sure it's not super teeny tiny, but make sure that there's enough space to draw the top of the nose and enough space on the side of the face. Then the nose is going to be about halfway from the eyes to the chin, which is going to be this line. You're going to start with a bump, 2 nostrils going up, 2 bracket shapes on the side for the side of the nose. And then you can very lightly draw the sides of the nose as well. That is up to you. This is going to be a very light line because it's not, if you look in the mirror, that's not a real line, it's just a little slope. Then the middle of your lips, the line that separates the top and bottom lip, is going to be between the bottom of the nose and the bottom of the chin. Remember that the mouth has a little curve going up or down. Remember to add a top lip and a bottom lip. And then don't forget to add the colored part of the eye, the iris, the pupil in the middle. And if you have a fold on your eyelids, draw your eyelids and add some eyelashes. So this is where we're going to stop today. Now that we have practiced facial proportions, we can start to apply it to our final draft of the drawing of our realistic self-portrait. So first you'll want to draw an oval shape. Make sure it's not teeny tiny on your page, but we're going to include our neck and shoulders too. So a little bit higher up than the middle. And my trick of drawing ovals is just to draw lightly over and over and over until it looks like a nice oval. And then you can trace, still keep it kind of light. So we might want to erase parts of it later. And then remember to make the bottom of your face shape a little bit more pointy than the top. And this also depends on whether you have a really pointy chin or a wide chin. It's up to your face shape too, so make sure you're looking in the mirror when you're doing this drawing. Next, we're going to draw the shape of the eyes. So remember that the eyes are halfway from the top and bottom of your head shape. So you're going to measure about half. You can use a ruler if you want to be exact, or you can just use your fingers to try and guess where the half point is. Make a little dot. Draw a very light line across. This is your guideline. Guidelines are lines that help you get correct facial proportions, but we'll be erasing that later. It won't be a part of the final drawing. Next, we're going to draw a guideline right down the middle of your face. That is going to be the center guideline. Because if you look at the human face, it's going to be pretty symmetrical. Symmetrical means that the left and right are pretty much the same. There might be some differences, but a lot of it's going to be pretty similar. Now we're going to make the guidelines for the bottom of the nose. That is again halfway from that eye line to the bottom of the chin line. So you can measure again, draw a line across. The next one is the line that separates the top and bottom lip, the middle of your mouth. That's going to be about halfway from the bottom of the nose line to the bottom of the chin line. There we go. So now we have the line that helps us draw the eyes. We have the line that helps us draw the bottom of the nose. And we have the line that helps us draw the mouth. So then we're going to apply those same shapes that we practiced before. First, we're going to draw, and still go pretty light, and draw the football or lemon shape right on that guideline. Now draw the bottom of the nose, starting with the tip, nostril, bracket shapes for the side of the nose, and then you can lightly bring it up if you want. Then the lip right here, make sure your mouth has some kind of a curve. Top lip, bottom lip, and make sure you're looking in the mirror too, so that you're drawing your nose and your lips. If you have thick lips, draw them thick. If you have thin lips, draw them thin. Then of course, make sure you have your iris, the colored part of the eyes, the pupil, that's the black circle in the center. If you have the eyelid folds, make sure you draw those. And try and draw lightly because you might want to fix it. If you do, then you can erase those and try again. And try and draw the eyelashes the way you have eyelashes. And then you can start to add some details if you wish. So if you have some pretty patterns inside of your eye, you can add those. If you want to go super detailed, you could add a little triangle to the inside corners of your eyes. That's the pink part in the corner of your eyes. If you look in the mirror, you'll probably be able to see that. So this is as far as we're gonna go today. It might look kind of creepy because we don't have the ears yet, we don't have the neck yet, just a floating head, and it doesn't have hair yet or eyebrows yet. So it might look kind of creepy, but that's okay. That's how it's supposed to look right now. So this is what I would like you to upload. Don't trace, don't color, just the head shape and the eyes, nose, mouth in the correct facial proportions. Again, first draw your head shape, then try adding the guidelines to give your self-portrait correct facial proportions, then try drawing the eyes, nose, and mouth using the method that I showed you in the video. When you're finished, please upload your in-process drawing to Realistic Self-Portrait on Artsonia or upload it to Canvas. If you have any questions, please let me know. Have a great week.